It was Christmas Eve, 1945. The Sodder family, George and Jenny, were about to face their worst nightmare. They had 10 children, and that night started like any other, full of joy and laughter, unaware that this would be their last Christmas Eve together as a family. At 12:30 a.m., a fire erupted in the Sodder home. Jenny and George woke up to the smell of smoke and the crackling of flames. They rushed to save their children, but were met with a wall of fire. George and Jenny managed to escape with 4 of their children. The fire department arrived too late. The house was already engulfed in flames. The Sodders watched in horror, their hearts pounding with fear and desperation. The fire burned for hours, reducing the Sodder home to a smoldering ruin. When the fire finally died down, firefighters searched for any sign of the missing children. The Sodders clung to the hope that their 5 children had somehow escaped. The authorities concluded the fire was accidental, but the Sodders refused to believe it. The early morning light revealed the true extent of the devastation. George and Jenny Sodder stood amidst the ruins, their faces etched with grief. They found a few bone fragments and gave them to the authorities for analysis. The results revealed the bones were not human. The Sodders' hope was shattered, but their determination to find the truth grew stronger. The Sodders began their own investigation, questioning the official account of the fire. They interviewed witnesses, hoping to find someone who had seen something suspicious. Their investigation led them down a winding path of dead ends and false leads. They were driven by an unyielding love for their children and a belief that they were still alive. The Sodders uncovered a web of rumors and speculation. Some townsfolk whispered about a shadowy figure seen near the Sodder home on the night of the fire. Others spoke of strange cars with out-of-state license plates speeding away. The Sodders chased every lead, determined to unravel the truth. Weeks turned into months, and the trail for the missing Sodder children grew colder. The Sodders used their life savings to print missing person posters, offering a reward for any information. Despite their tireless efforts, the leads dried up, and the tips led nowhere. Yet they refused to give up, clinging to the hope of reuniting with their lost loved ones. The lack of evidence inside the burned house fueled the Sodders' belief that the fire was a cover-up. They recalled strange events leading up to the fire, now seen as potential clues. A woman claimed to have seen the children peering from a car window as it sped away. The Sodders contacted the FBI, but their pleas were met with skepticism. They knew in their hearts that their children were alive and would not rest until they found them. The Sodders' search led them to a disturbing possibility: the involvement of organized crime. George's criticism of the Mafia might have made his family a target for retaliation. The more they learned about the Mafia's tactics, the more convinced they became. They vowed to expose the truth, no matter the cost. The Sodders explored the theory that their children had been placed in witness protection. They contacted the FBI, inquiring about the program, but received no confirmation. Despite the dead end, they clung to the belief that their children were alive, living under new identities. The thought brought a bittersweet comfort to their aching hearts. Decades have passed, and the mystery remains unsolved. The Sodders spent their lives searching for their children, chasing down every lead. They erected billboards displaying the children's photos, offering a reward for information. Despite their efforts, the Sodder children were never found, and the mystery continues to haunt Fayetteville. Imagine the pain of losing one child. Now multiply that by 5. The Christmas Eve fire left a gaping wound in the Sodders' hearts. Their search for answers became an obsession, pouring their savings into private investigators. They traveled across state lines, their hearts heavy with a desperate hope that refused to be extinguished. Determined to keep their children's memory alive, the Sodders commissioned a billboard. It stood on Route 16, a constant presence on the outskirts of Fayetteville. The billboard displayed the smiling faces of their 5 missing children: Maurice, Martha, Louis, Jenny, and Betty. Below their photos, a plea for information, a beacon of hope for the heartbroken parents. The billboard became a local landmark, a stark reminder of the tragedy that had befallen the Sodder family. Tourists passing through would slow down, their curiosity piqued by the haunting images and the unanswered questions. Some would stop, their faces etched with concern, and inquire about the story behind the billboard, their hearts touched by the Sodders' plight. For the Sodders, the billboard was more than just a plea for information. It was a symbol of their unwavering love, their refusal to give up hope. They tended to it with care, replacing faded photos, updating the reward money, their every action a testament to the enduring power of a parent's love. The billboard stood sentinel, a silent witness to their grief, their determination, and their unwavering belief that their children were still out there, somewhere. Years later, the billboard still stands, weathered but resolute. It serves as a reminder of the tragedy that struck the Sodder family, and a testament to the enduring mystery that continues to captivate and confound those who hear their story. The billboard remains a beacon of hope for the Sodder family, a symbol of their unwavering love and their enduring search for truth. Section 3. False Hope and Dead Ends. The Sodders' search for their missing children was a relentless pursuit of every glimmer of hope, every fleeting lead. Each tip, each alleged sighting, ignited a flicker of excitement in their hearts, only to be dashed against the rocks of disappointment. The years brought a string of false leads, cruel pranks, and opportunistic charlatans eager to exploit their grief. A psychic claimed to have visions of the children living in a nearby state, prompting the Sodders to embark on a frantic road trip, their hearts pounding with anticipation. But the address led to a deserted cabin, the silence amplifying their despair. A woman contacted them, claiming to be their long-lost daughter, her story a tapestry woven from details gleaned from newspaper articles. Their hopes soared, only to be crushed when a simple DNA test revealed the truth. Each dead end deepened their despair, the emotional roller coaster taking its toll on their health and their spirits. Yet they refused to succumb to hopelessness. They clung to the belief that their children were alive, hidden somewhere in the vast expanse of the country, their faces obscured by time and circumstance, but their souls forever connected to their parents' hearts. The Sodders' unwavering faith in their children's survival was both inspiring and heartbreaking. They clung to every shred of hope, every whisper of possibility, their love a beacon in the darkness, guiding them through years of uncertainty and despair. Section 4. A Family Torn Apart. The disappearance of the Sodder children cast a long shadow over the remaining family members. The 4 siblings who escaped the fire grew up in the shadow of that tragic Christmas Eve, their childhoods indelibly marked by loss and uncertainty. Their parents' grief became their own, their lives forever intertwined with the mystery surrounding their missing siblings. The Sodder home, once filled with the joyful chaos of a large family, became a somber place haunted by memories and unspoken questions. The empty bedrooms, the untouched toys, served as constant reminders of the children they had lost and the life that had been stolen from them. The family's holiday celebrations were forever tinged with sadness, the empty chairs at the table a poignant symbol of their fractured family. The relentless search for answers took its toll on George and Jenny's marriage. The strain of their shared grief, the constant disappointments, and the years of living with unanswered questions created a rift between them. Yet, their love for their missing children bound them together, their shared hope a lifeline in the sea of their despair. The disappearance of the Sodder children was a tragedy that reverberated through generations, leaving an indelible mark on the family's history. The remaining siblings grew up with the weight of their parents' grief, their lives forever intertwined with the mystery of that fateful Christmas Eve. Section 5. A Legacy of Loss. As the years turned into decades, the Sodder children's disappearance transitioned from a local mystery to a national enigma. The case, featured in magazines, documentaries, and podcasts, captured the imagination of armchair detectives and true crime enthusiasts, each offering their own theories and interpretations of the events of that Christmas Eve. Some clung to the kidnapping theory, pointing to the suspicious circumstances surrounding the fire and the alleged sightings of the children in the years that followed. Others favored the Mafia retaliation angle, convinced that George Sodder's outspoken nature had made his family a target for revenge. Theories involving disgruntled business associates, jealous neighbors, and even a bizarre runaway plot were debated and dissected, each adding another layer to the already complex narrative. Despite the passage of time, the Sodder children's disappearance remains an unsolved mystery, a haunting reminder of the enduring power of hope and the agonizing uncertainty that can linger long after the ashes have settled. The case continues to fascinate and frustrate, a testament to the human need for answers and the enduring power of a mystery that refuses to be solved. Though the Sodder parents both passed away without ever knowing the fate of their children, their legacy of love and determination lives on. Their relentless pursuit of the truth, their unwavering belief in their children's survival, serves as an inspiration to others who have lost loved ones under mysterious circumstances, a testament to the enduring power of hope, even in the face of unimaginable loss. The passage of time did little to dim the hope that flickered in the hearts of the Sodder family. They clung to every scrap of information, every potential lead, desperate to find some trace of their missing children. Over the years, curious incidents and alleged clues surfaced, fueling their belief that the children were still alive. A witness claimed to have seen the missing children in a car on the night of the blaze. A black sedan with out-of-state plates was spotted speeding away from Fayetteville on Christmas Day. Despite the lack of concrete evidence, the Sodders' determination never wavered. Their home became a repository of information, adorned with maps, timelines, and photographs. In 1968, over 2 decades after the fire, the Sodders received a glimmer of hope from an unexpected source. A letter, postmarked from Central City, Kentucky, arrived at their home. The handwriting was unfamiliar, but the words sent chills down their spines. The letter, signed simply, "A Friend," claimed to have information about the missing Sodder children. According to the letter writer, the Sodder children were alive and well, living under assumed identities in Kentucky. The writer, claiming to be an acquaintance of the eldest missing son, John, provided specific details about his whereabouts and his new life. He described John as a successful businessman, happily married with a family of his own. The Sodders, their hearts pounding with a mixture of hope and trepidation, immediately reached out to the letter writer. They arranged a meeting in Central City, eager to finally reunite with their long-lost son. But their hopes were dashed when the letter writer failed to appear at the designated meeting place. Despite their best efforts, the Sodders were unable to track down the mysterious informant. The letter, though ultimately a dead end, provided a tantalizing glimpse into the possibility that their children were still alive. It fueled their belief that the truth was out there, somewhere, waiting to be uncovered. The Sodders, though weary from years of searching, refused to give up hope. They continued to chase down every lead, their determination fueled by an unbreakable bond of love and a steadfast belief that one day they would be reunited with their missing children. Over the years, the Sodder family received numerous tips and alleged sightings of their missing children from across the country. Some witnesses claimed to have seen the Sodder children working in restaurants. Others reported seeing them driving trucks. Their faces etched with the passage of time, but their resemblance to the missing children uncanny. Each sighting, though often vague and lacking concrete evidence, reignited the flame of hope in the Sodders' hearts. One of the most intriguing leads came from a woman who claimed to have attended school with a young woman bearing a striking resemblance to Betty Sodder, the youngest of the missing children. According to the witness, the woman had spoken of a traumatic childhood event, a fire that had claimed the lives of her siblings. Could this be more than just a coincidence? The Sodders, desperate to explore every possibility, tracked down the woman, but their hopes were dashed when she refused to meet with them. Another intriguing tip came from a retired police officer who claimed to have seen the Sodder children living in a commune in California. According to the officer, the children, now adults, were living under assumed identities, their past a closely guarded secret. The Sodders, though cautious after years of false leads, couldn't ignore the possibility that their children had sought refuge in an alternative lifestyle, far from the painful memories of their past. While none of these sightings or leads ever panned out, they served as a testament to the enduring fascination with the Sodder case and the public's desire to see the mystery solved. The Sodder children's disappearance became a shared story, a tale whispered around campfires and debated in online forums, a reminder that some mysteries may never be fully explained. Over the years, the Sodder family received numerous tips and alleged sightings of their missing children. Some claimed to have seen the Sodder children working in restaurants. Others reported seeing them driving trucks. Their resemblance to the missing children, uncanny. Each sighting reignited the flame of hope in the Sodders' hearts. One lead came from a woman who claimed to have attended school with a young woman resembling Betty Sodder. The woman spoke of a traumatic childhood event, a fire that had claimed the lives of her siblings. Could this be more than just a coincidence? The Sodders tracked down the woman, but she refused to meet with them. Another tip came from a retired police officer who claimed to have seen the Sodder children living in a commune in California. The children, now adults, were living under assumed identities. The Sodders couldn't ignore the possibility that their children had sought refuge in an alternative lifestyle. While none of these sightings or leads ever panned out, they served as a testament to the enduring fascination with the Sodder case. The Sodder children's disappearance became a shared story, a tale whispered around campfires and debated in online forums, a reminder that some mysteries may never be fully explained. Over the years, the Sodder case faced heavy criticism, with many questioning the investigation's thoroughness and competence. Critics highlighted missteps, such as dismissing bone fragments as animal remains and ignoring witness testimonies of suspicious activity. The Sodder family accused authorities of incompetence and a possible cover-up. They pointed to inconsistencies and a lack of urgency in the investigation. Their frustration fueled their determination to uncover the truth. Section 5. The mystery endures. The disappearance of the Sodder children remains one of the most baffling unsolved mysteries in American history. Despite decades of investigation, the fate of the 5 children remains a mystery. The case continues to captivate the public imagination, inspiring countless theories and discussions. The lack of a definitive answer fuels speculation, from plausible to bizarre. Some believe the children were kidnapped, while others suspect a more sinister plot. The passage of time has only deepened the intrigue. The case stands as a reminder of life's fragility and the enduring power of hope. The search for truth and justice is a testament to the human spirit. Section 1. A wound that never heals. The Sodder children's disappearance left an unfillable void in the hearts of their family and a scar on the soul of a small town. Christmas, once a time of joy and celebration, became a chilling reminder of the tragedy that had shattered their lives. The empty chairs at the dinner table, the unopened presents beneath the tree served as a constant, agonizing reminder of their loss. George and Jenny Sodder carried the weight of their grief for the rest of their days. They never stopped searching, never gave up hope. Their love for their missing children, a beacon that guided them through the darkness. The mystery consumed them, their home transformed into a shrine to their lost children, the walls adorned with photos, maps, and timelines, each one a piece in a heartbreaking puzzle they could never quite solve. Their surviving children grew up in the shadow of this tragedy, their childhoods forever marked by the absence of their siblings. The Christmas Eve fire became a defining event in their lives, shaping their relationships, their perspectives, and their understanding of the world. The pain of their parents' loss became their own, a shared burden that bound them together in grief and uncertainty. The Sodder family's story is a poignant reminder of the devastating impact of loss, the enduring strength of family bonds, and the relentless nature of hope, even in the face of unimaginable tragedy. Their story continues to resonate with people around the world, a testament to the enduring power of love and the human need to make sense of the inexplicable. Section 2. What happened to the Sodder children? The question of what truly happened to the Sodder children on that cold December night continues to haunt us. Was it a tragic accident, a twist of fate that led to their untimely demise? Or was something more sinister at play, a deliberate act that extinguished 5 young lives and left a family shattered in its wake? Over the decades, numerous theories have been proposed, each attempting to shed light on the mystery. Some point to the suspicious circumstances surrounding the fire, the alleged sightings of the children, and the rumors of organized crime involvement as evidence of foul play. Others maintain that the children perished in the fire, dismissing the lack of remains as a tragic consequence of the intense heat and the passage of time. Despite the efforts of amateur sleuths, professional investigators, and even psychics, the mystery remains unsolved. The lack of concrete evidence, the passage of time, and the conflicting accounts of that fateful night have only served to muddy the waters, leaving us with more questions than answers. Did the Sodder children perish in the fire, their remains lost to the flames and the passage of time? Were they kidnapped, spirited away to a life in hiding, their true identities erased? Or did some other, even more unimaginable fate befall them? The truth, lost somewhere in the shadows of time, continues to elude us, a chilling reminder that some mysteries may never be fully explained. Section 3. The enduring allure of unsolved mysteries. Unsolved mysteries like the disappearance of the Sodder children captivate us. They draw us into a labyrinth of unanswered questions and tantalizing clues. These enigmas challenge our assumptions and remind us of the limits of our knowledge. They embody our relentless pursuit of truth and justice. The search itself is a testament to our shared humanity and hope.